Well, good. I need to turn off the light. I will in a minute. There's some kind of a light that's on my head here. Hold on. Hold on.
It's your crown. It's your crown.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me just turn off that light, huh?
¿Comió Robertita, Nico? Yo no le he dado nada, porque como tú me dijiste que no me metiera. Es que ya entré a una reunión, pues guacho. Está afuera, por alguna razón la veo en el patio.
Marce, apaga tu micrófono, Marce.
Ya.
Aha, wonderful. So wonderful to see.
Como ayer nos engañó y nos...
Ajá.
Apaga el micrófono, Marcela, por favor.
Okay. Jai Sachidanand Shuddhatma Bhagavan.
Jai Sachidanand, very
Jai
welcome.
Sachidanand, Jai
Yes.
Sachidanand, Shuddha.
Norma. Okay. Norma Jai Sachidanand. Okay.
Jai
Wonderful.
Sachidanand.
Jai Sachidanand. Okay, we'll just begin with the three mantra from Harman. Harman?
Empezamos con el trimantra con Harman.
Okay. Namo Vitragai, Namo Arihantana, Namo Siddhanam, Namo Ayariyana, Namo Vasayana, Namo Loye Savasahunam, Eso Panchanamukaro, Savapava Panashano, Mangalanam Cha Sauvesim, Paramam Havai Mangalam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Jai Sachidanand. Namo Vitragai. Namo Arihantanam. Namo Siddhanam. Namo Ayariyanam. Namo Vasayanam. Namo Loye Savasahunam. Eso Panchanamukaro, Savapava Panashanu, Mangalanam Cha Sauvesim, Paramam Havai Mangalam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Jai Sachidanand. Namo Vitragai. Namo Arihantanam. Namo Siddhanam. Namo Ayariyanam. Namo Vasayanam. Namo Loye Savasahunam. Eso Panchanamukaro, Savapava Panashano, Mangalanam Cha Sauvesi, Paramam Havai Mangalam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Jai Sachidanand. Jai Sachidanand. Jai Satchidanand.
Wonderful.
Jai Satchidanand.
Yes. Jai Sachidanand. Wonderful. So wonderful. Thank you, Arman, for this beautiful three mantra.
Satchidanand.
Sachidanand. And we begin. We also welcome our friend Gerardo and also Norma, new Mahatmas that are joining our satsangs here. I think they have been with us before. There he is, Gerardo. Hola, Jai Sachidanand, Shuddhatma Bhagwan.
Jai Sachidanand.
Yeah, remain warm, right? It's kind of cold in Argentina, huh? Is it cold weather there, huh?
Yes, yes.
Here it's on. I have to have AC, air conditioning up here. So that's
Wow.
that's life. That is life, you see. It gets, for Shuddha, it gets too cold and then it gets too hot, too warm, and so I'm constantly turning it on and off. Jai
Dice que
Sachidanand.
allá están con mucho calor y está con el control remoto subiendo y bajando porque en un momento se congela, entonces tiene que apagarlo y después volverlo a prender.
Yes, the only time the temperature doesn't bother you is when you say Ushuttatma chu at night and then cover yourself and go to bed.
En el único momento que no molesta el calor es cuando se va a la cama y dice Ocho Dharma Bhagwan y se va a dormir.
Samapura, and you're fine, you know.
Yes.
Yes. The changing circumstances of life affects the visible one, the one who is effective, the one who is prone to effects. This mind, body, and speech, by nature, are prone to effects. They, every little thing, something happens here, your hand automatically goes there to do some scratching, etc. But you see, it's most of the time it is happening reflexly. And,
Dice que lo único que el alma pura no se ve afectada, pero bueno, el relativo sí se ve afectado, le duele el hombro, le pica la cabeza y la mano va, rasca, es el que tiene calor, es la mente, el cuerpo, todo eso es lo que se ve afectado en lo visible.
And the one-pointed constant goal of the Mahatma is to be with the self only, to be with the Lord, and to come back to our own home. You see, to return to our home,
Lo importante, lo maravilloso de los Mahatmas es estar en el alma pura y volver al hogar y estar allí.
Yes. Wonderful. Good. Yes, good morning, Damien. Yes, so good. Devadasi, Sandra. So good. Wonderful. Let us continue.
We were left in page 94.
Wow, boy, 94.
Yeah.
Okay, well, here we go.
Patri, ¿cuál es el Dadavani que se está leyendo ahora?
Shuddha, which is the Dadavani we are reading now?
And this is the Dadavani called GDS, G capital D capital S dot PDF, which is the April 2025 Dadavani. April 2025.
Did you send the Dadavani of July to Cecilia?
Yes, I did, but I will send it again.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you. Bueno, estamos leyendo ahora el G de mayúscula y S minúscula, abril 2025, Germán.
All right.
Okay.
Gracias. Thank you. All right, so can you see this one here on page 94? Can you see this?
Yes.
Okay.
I put bigger and I can read it.
Good. Now,
Patricia can read it. Yes.
Yeah, Patricia reads it, and I'm knowing that she is reading it, or she can.
Yes.
So, in the function as the knower seer, the self remains separate is the heading.
Ujú. Bueno, el título es En la función del que conoce y el que ve, el ser permanece separado.
What is the meaning of Gnata-Drashta? The ultimate meaning is that one knows and sees all that is going on within, what the mind, intellect, chit, ego are doing from all aspects. Chit, it should be a little dash here after the chit. So the four. What the mind, intellect, chit, ego are doing from all aspects. That is all. Nothing else. And what state do you need to attain? Dada is asking all of us, the awakened ones. The state where you can see Arman, Damien, Cecilia moving around. And when Arman is moving around, Chandubhai is moving around, if you sit and see him, there we go again, you see. If you sit and see him, then you will be able to see Chandubhai at that moment. You'll be able to see Damien, Shuddha at that moment. You should be able to see Chandubhai's entire body and how he moved about. You should be able to see the external part. The internal part will take longer. Alright? And when the external part is seen as separate, one begins to become vitarag. Vita means without, rag means attachment. Without attachment. And then he can become completely vitarag. So 1, 2, 3. You see, first seeing separate, then become vitarag, and then you become completely vitarag. Alright? Alright, let you read this.
Yes. ¿Cuál es el significado de Gnata-Drashta? El significado máximo es el que uno sabe y ve todo lo que está sucediendo en el interior. Lo que la mente, intelecto, ego y chit está haciendo desde todos los aspectos. Eso es todo y nada más. ¿Y qué estado necesitas tú obtener? Los Mahatmas, ¿no? El estado en el que tú puedes ver a Chandubhai moviéndose. Cuando Chandubhai se está moviendo, si te sientas y lo ves, entonces tú serás capaz de ver a Chandubhai en ese momento. Y tú deberías ser capaz de ver todo el cuerpo de Chandubhai y cómo se mueve. Tú debes de ser capaz de ver la parte externa, la parte interna. La parte interna tomará más tiempo. Cuando la parte externa es vista como separado, uno comienza a volverse vitaraga, sin apego. Y entonces él puede volverse completamente vitaraga.
Beautiful. This is actually the exact science outlined now, that at this stage in our rise as the Gnani Mahatmas of Dada, you see. The moment you come into the knower seer state, you are a Gnani Mahatma, you see. Because the Gnan is being used. The Gnan is being used, and the Gnan is being used to see what the mind, intellect, chit, ego are doing or are functioning from all aspects, from every aspect of the ego. You see, initially you see Patricia is upset, then you see Patricia becomes busy, or Patricia is maybe doing some tratikraman, and then you see the ego completely dissolving inside. You see, the chit of Patricia initially is upset, and then the chit goes to see the amapura of the other person. You see, The intellect initially shows the fault of the other person, and then slowly, as the chit uses the purity, the pure vision, the intellect disappears. And the mind, it doesn't matter. Whatever it shows, you continue to see it. See? So this is the ultimate meaning of our presence as Gnata-Drashta, you see? As Gnata-Drashta, the knower, seer. Yeah.
Yes. Esta es la exacta ciencia, ¿no? El exacto estado de nosotros que somos Gnani Mahatmas. Cuando el Gnan es aplicado para poder ver el intelecto, la mente, el chit y el ego, y hacerlo en todos los aspectos, y ver todos los aspectos del ego. Podemos ver a Patricia cuando está molesta, cuando está trabajando, cuando está resolviendo algo. Vemos cómo su chit ve a la otra persona como el alma pura. Primero ve la falta y después ve la pureza. Entonces, entonces el intelecto desaparece, que eso es lo más importante, y surge el Gnata-Drashta.
Yeah, the intellect arises because it is seeing the fault of the other human being, and you can see what is happening inside. And then when the chit pure becomes, the chit that is pure inside starts seeing the pure of the other person, then the intellect is no longer needed there. It dissolves, it goes away. You see, the intellect continues to remain as long as you continue to see the fault of the other human being, you see.
Bueno, la falta surge, ¿no? El intelecto surge cuando estás viendo la falta de la otra persona. Entonces lo ves, y cuando el chit se purifica, entonces ya no ves más la falta y el intelecto se va.
Now, Dada makes a little distinction. This thing here is going to, all of this ability to see what's going on inside will come later. Why, right now? What we need to attain right now? The state where you can see the entire Damien or the entire Luz moving around, you see. And when Damien or Luz or Cecilia is moving around, all right, she's moving around. In other words, she's going from one room to the other, she's walking, etc. She's walking. If you sit and see Luz, if you sit, this is very important. It is if you sit first. So this is the critical part. You have to sit. So how can the Amapura sit? And the answer is the Amapura doesn't need to sit and stand. The Amapura, the one who has become the Amapura, is still jumping around, is moving around, so that one has to sit. Now, where do you sit? Well, there are two types of seats. There is a seat in the relative, not your best favorite chair. That is not what Dada is talking about, because already Luz is walking around, so you can sit. So this sit, you take a seat, S-E-A-T, and sit down in your own seat, and then see Luz, or you see Gerardo, then you will be able to see completely. You will be able to see the whole Gerardo complex, the whole Luz complex, the whole Patricia complex at that time, the whole thing, you see. So Dada is initially focusing much more. You should first be able to see what's Chandubhai's entire body and how he's moved about. The body, don't worry about going inside the body. Don't worry about going inside the body now, see. Do not rush. First see. This is very critical. I'm just going the exact method Everybody wants to know. I want to know where the chit is going. Wait a minute. First of all, can you see this Patricia, this Shuddha, this Marcia, moving around? Can you see her? You should be able to see the external part. The internal part will take longer. Okay, this is the external part, just the gross movements.
Ujú. Wow. Dice que ver la falta, ¿no? La falta es del intelecto. No, esto ya lo había dicho. Dice ver entero, ver enteramente a Damián y a Luz, a Cecilia, cómo se mueven, cómo caminan, empezar viendo lo externo. Y tú te sientas y ves, el alma pura se sienta en su asiento, en el lugar que nos puso Dada. Dice, y puede ver todo lo relativo, ¿no? Pero sentado en el alma pura, estando en el alma pura. Entonces ve a Luz, a Gerardo, ve el complejo completo de lo externo. Y después te enfocas en ver el cuerpo y cómo se mueve. Y no te apresures en tratar de ver lo interno, en dónde está el chit. Primero empieza viendo lo físico. Y después lo interno toma más tiempo.
Yeah. See, the seat of the internal, the seat of the Amapura is always there. It is out of the old habit that we get out of that seat, you see, and we kind of join the body in what the body is doing. We kind of get away from, we kind of join what the mind is showing, you see. Whereas we are supposed to see the mind, we are not supposed to join the mind, you see. Joining the mind will make you run around in the world unnecessarily, whereas taking the seat of the Amapura, sitting down, so you have to sit down first. You see, the king, when he's in the court, you see, the king, he doesn't say anything, while walking around in front of all of his generals and everything, you see. He first gets up on the throne, sits down, looks around, and then he functions, you see. Whereas that is the relative throne. Ours is the eternal, real throne. Sit down there. Sit, and everything will appear as it is. The restless mind, the running chit, you can see all of that, but don't worry about that. You just want the body to see this body that is moving about, you see. The body of Shuddha, the body of Cecilia, Marcela, etc.
Bueno, primero el asiento es el interno, el asiento del alma pura, ¿no? El viejo hábito es el de estar mirando desde el relativo, ¿no? Entonces, y si te pones a ver con la mente, entonces te salís del asiento, te salís del alma pura. Entonces, por ejemplo, un ejemplo en lo relativo. El rey no dice nada, llega a la reunión de la corte, se sienta en su trono, mira y recién entonces comienza a hablar o empieza a funcionar. El alma pura está sentado en el suelo, en el trono interior, y ve cómo funciona todo, cómo se mueve absolutamente todo, pero fundamentalmente hay que empezar por el cuerpo.
Yours and mine is the throne of the emperor of the entire universe. This body and our existence is all there, but ours is the throne, the royal throne, you see, the royal seats. And from there, once you take seat there, nothing, absolutely no thing in this world will bother you, will touch you. You see, that is the fundamental approach to this entire world from now on. You see, sit down, sit down, sit down. You see, sit down.
El cuerpo y la existencia del cuerpo y todo eso es lo que podemos ver, pero nosotros tenemos que sentarnos en este trono real del alma pura. Entonces nada te molestará. Esto es lo fundamental. Entonces dice, siéntate, siéntate, siéntate.
Norma, do you understand this, Norma?
Norma, ¿entendés esto?
Yes. Oh, great. Gerardo, how about you?
Gerardo?
You understand this? Yes. He's saying yes, he does. Okay, wonderful. Yes, wonderful. This understanding has arisen naturally with the grace of Dada, you see, within us all, you see. It has come, it has happened, it is happening, and it is absolutely beyond words what we are now talking, you see. Now, let us continue. Now.
Esto que estamos escuchando, esto que está sucediendo, es escuchar las palabras de Dada.
All right, now, you see? Okay, where did this come from? These things here. Okay, anyway. All right. Now, what is meant by the external part? Suppose your son is passing by and money is falling out of his pocket. Then what would you do in the past? You'd make a fuss and get upset. Hey, wait, money is falling out of your pocket. Wait. Everything would be disturbed from within. This is because at that time you were alive. You were alive as Chandubhai. So that happens only while you are alive. After attaining Gnan, you become the pure soul, meaning you became the knower seer. Pure soul means, becoming pure soul means I became the knower seer. So when the money falls out or anything else happens, you may alert him, son, money is falling out of your pocket. You should not have catch an inner subtle pull of insistence for it, The money is falling is considered discharge, and for you to not have catch or this inner pull and to maintain Jagruti or the awareness is the Purusharth indeed. I no longer need to define Purusharth for you anymore because, Dada just described Purusharth, you see. Mm-hmm.
Dice, ahora bien, ¿qué se entiende por parte externa? Supongamos que tu hijo está pasando y se le cae el dinero del bolsillo. ¿Tú qué harías? ¿Qué hubieras hecho en el pasado? Tú harías un escándalo y te enfadarías. Hey, espera, el dinero se está cayendo de tu bolsillo, espera. Pero, not so high, a little lower. Yes.
How about now? Can you see?
Yes. Yes.
Go on.
Yes, but I'm lost. Acá dice, el dinero se te ha caído del bolsillo. Tú no debes tener clench, que es un tirón sutil de insistencia. Por ello, el dinero se cae y se considera descarga. Y para ti no tener clench, que es la insistencia, y mantener tu jagruti, eso es Purusharth de verdad.
Good, very good. So, however, you can tell him, just as I tell you, This is how you should run your motel. You see, now, you see, this is very typical. This is very motel. You see, motel is a small hotel. You see, motel means there are rooms, and then there is, you can drive up to him in the door of your room and below, and park there. And so it's kind of mostly meant for one night rest, you see. Motel. Some motels have restaurants. This is where Dada initially first came. He came to the home of motel owners who took them around, because their contact in USA was only with other motel owners. So if one motel owner, he went to, and Dada was taken to another motel owner, another city, you see. So this must be, Dada is now talking to somebody who owns a motel. All right, I'm just giving you the background. Okay, go on, just translate that.
Dice que le puedes decir a él cuando se le cae el dinero que tú solo le dijiste, esto es como tú debes manejar tu motel. El motel es más pequeño que un hotel. Vos entras con el auto, es para pasar por la noche generalmente. Estacionas el auto, entras en la habitación y bueno, y ahí es donde lo llevaban a Dada en un principio a pasar las noches. Había un Mahatma que era dueño de moteles.
So this is beautiful, because you see, Dada, out of the compassion of the care he received in those initial years in the USA, 1982, 84, 1984, these are small motel owners that, they would have a 9-10 room motel. They would work very hard to save money from there. Some motels don't run, where the customers don't come, you see. So anyway, Dada says, I would tell you that this is how you should run your motel. But in our case, from my side, Dada's side, there is no catch, there is no internal pull, nor is there any attachment or abhorrence anywhere. There is no catch whatsoever. We tell you, okay, this is how you should run the motel, but I do not see whether you will take my suggestion or not. We do not believe. When does catch arise here? The catch arises, insistent arises when you believe that I am right. Catch. When you believe that you're right, when you believe I am right, then automatically the insistence will come, you see. And, that becomes very difficult for the other person. Go on.
Bueno, acá Dada, por supuesto que con toda su compasión, cuando él viajaba en el 92, 94 a Estados Unidos, empezó a viajar, él iba a estos pequeños moteles que tenían alrededor de 10 habitaciones y los dueños trabajaban muy duro para poder ganar un poco de dinero. Y así, de esta forma, ¿no? Él les decía que así debes manejar el motel. Estar sin el apego y la aversión, porque esto es insistencia. Y la insistencia surge cuando crees que tenés razón.
See, this Dada has opened up a lot of science in human interaction here. And this is Dada, of course, with his magnificent relative vision too. You see, Dada is shown a few motels, in his travel, this and that, all the people with him, their spiritual awareness was almost zero, you see. I mean, they were running motel, and all of a sudden Dada appears in the middle of them, so Dada then goes down to their level, you see. And Dada recognizes that once they get the right understanding of how to run the motel, you see, then they will be successful in the long run. you know. And so Dada was focusing on how you should run the motel, etc. But Dadashri says, we do not believe that I am right by any means. We means Gnani Purush Dadashri and Dada Bhagwan inside. By any way, we do not believe I am right. What is right is right. It is not that what we say is right, but whatever happens is correct, and that is scientific circumstantial evidence. Then we do not become disturbed by it. You see, whether even if we do not alert him, there is no problem. It should be not be apparent that we are alive. Here, last sentence, Dada says something very totally different. Let me come back to it. Just read it. Read the Portuguese. Sorry, the Spanish now.
Yes, it's beautiful. Bueno, sin embargo, tú puedes decir igual que yo te digo a ti. Así es como debes llevar tu motel. Pero en nuestro caso, refiriéndose a Dada Bhagwan, al Gnani Purush, ¿no? Dice, no hay clench, ni surge el apego, ¿no? Ni apego ni aversión. No hay clench en absoluto. Nosotros no creemos de ninguna manera que yo tengo razón. Es correcto. Lo que es correcto, no es lo que nosotros digamos que sea correcto, sino lo que suceda es correcto. Entonces nosotros no nos perturbamos por ello, incluso si nosotros no lo alertamos, no hay problema. Y no debe parecer que nosotros estamos vivos.
Yeah.
Y acá Dada de alguna manera estaba llegando a estos lugares y estaba hablando con las personas que no habían recibido el conocimiento. Entonces el Dada le hablaba en su propio idioma de cómo manejar el motel para que tengan éxito.
See, this last sentence is very, very special from Dada, and that is, you live in this world as if you are dead to it. Just you live in this world, but there is no. You're dead to it. In other words, you're not giving any more life energy to this discharging ego, you see. You are eating, drinking, walking around like Dada amidst them, everything, doing satsang, but there is zero insistence because there is zero energy going to the ego, you see, in the discharging ego.
Wow. Perfecto. Bueno, dice como que esta última oración que es muy importante, ¿no? Que todo lo que está sucediendo es una descarga del ego. Entonces, cero insistencia, porque estás dando así, ¿no? Le das cero energía a la descarga del ego. Cero energía a la descarga del ego.
Why? So this is, just imagine Dada in such a motel in 1982, 84, even 86, you see. The main person in whose home Dada came in Tennessee, you see, USA, Tennessee. All his relations and his contacts were only motel owners all across certain parts of America, especially between Central America and all the way to Los Angeles, you see. And wonderful gentleman, but his contact, where does he take Dada? I mean, he has Dada has done Gnanvidhi in his town, and then he needs to take Dada where there are other Indians, because he only knew Indians, and then he didn't know Indians like doctors and professional engineers, etc. He only knew motel owners, you see. So then he would call up and he would drive Dada from one motel to the other town where there is another motel, in his own state and surrounding states, you see. And Dada would go just like a pair of socks, a pair of socks, the pair of socks. A pair of socks, if you put it there, it will stay there. If you lift it up,
Yes.
wherever you throw, it's there until you lift it up, you see. Dada says we go where we are picked up from, and when we sit where we are asked to sit, you see. But so there's Dada with all of this. These people, they, even though they were poor, these motel owners, or they're just starting, they had a tremendous inner networking approach to helping each other, loaning money to each other, etc. So now they're all we're doing very well. After years after Dada is no longer, they are all owners of big hotels, and some of them are 5-star hotels, you see, in US. But you see, the point really is that out of pure compassion for these human beings, Dada says this is how you should run the motel, and I have even known some Mahatmas, some of these Mahatmas who even came to Dada, who asked Dada, please bless us so that our motel will run good. In other words, it will be successful, So Dada gave them, that is what I wanted, a successful motel. But Dada would at the same time ask that person, sometimes he's sitting in satsang with these people, and he will ask, who is bringing this guest to your motel? Who brings the guest to your motel? Usually in the evening a car pulls up, you see. When it gets dark, people who have been driving a lot, they come and pull up, they just want to take a shower, go out for a little meal, and then go to bed, So Dada would say, who brings guests to your motel, customers to your motel? Sorry, I spoke too long. Okay, go on.
Dada del 92 al 96 sucedía esto más o menos, que viajaba a Estados Unidos, iba a estos moteles, y en Tennessee empezó yendo a Tennessee, eran todos dueños de hoteles, ¿no? Porque eran los amigos de este señor que tenía el motel. Entonces se quedaba allí y después iba y llegaba hasta Los Ángeles. Pero todos eran, no había profesionales médicos o ingenieros o algo así. Eran todos dueños de moteles en principio. Entonces, bueno, se movía todo alrededor de su pueblo primero y así iban moviéndose. Y por ahí se quedaban una noche, Dada hablaba y todo eso, y era como... Y después se lo llevaban a otro lugar. Y decía que era, bueno, como lo llevaban y lo ponían, lo llevaban y él iba a donde le decían, ¿no? Era como, te ponías un par de medias para lo que tenías. Entonces, todos estos señores, dueños de moteles, recién estaban comenzando. Y bueno, hoy son dueños de grandes hoteles, hasta de 5 estrellas. Y Dada en su pura compasión, les decía cómo manejar el motel. Entonces le pedían a Dada que por favor los bendijera para que tuvieran éxito. Entonces, Dada también le decía... pregúntele a las personas, ¿quiénes traen a los invitados al hotel? ¿No? Porque eran personas que iban a pasar la noche, solo llegaban, se daban una noche con una ducha, comían y después iban a dormir. Pero en estas palabras también estaba transmitiendo these are words of Patricia, what I understand is he was giving the knowledge in these examples, no? Is it?
He is talking about, this thing is talking about, the body, the speech that is happening. Sorry, let me just the speech that is happening, and he says, there is no ownership of this speech. We even say this, hey, this is how you should run the motel, but there is no ownership. When you are the owner, then you say, I told him, and then there is the insistence. Not being the owner of the speech is the final thing, you see. That is like being Dada. For us, we are learning that, it is not worth, every time we say something, we have to check and see if there is some insistence inside. When you say I spoke, when you give any instructions or any helpful directions to somebody that you care about, most of us will say, well, is he follow my instructions or not? So then if he doesn't, then there is a little insistence. I said it and he is not listening, you see, or he's not
doing what I say.
Yeah, absolutely. You are neither the doer, and therefore how can the other person be the doer? This is not the doership part. This is the ownership part. Dada is not the owner. Even then, Dadashri says, we do not even believe that there's a sentence here that after we say something, we do not even have the belief that we are right. Whereas when we speak something to others and tell something, there is an associated belief that I'm right. This is the problem. I am right is the problem. That is, I'm right. And then then the other person who says, I did what you told me, and I'm so happy. I'm so glad you told me. I want to hug you. Blah blah blah. You see, and so it just pumps up your ego, pride, hunger. You see, it takes you away from this beautiful bliss of the self and the awareness of who is really doing all of these things. You see, who is doing all of these things.
Dice que las palabras, la conversación está sucediendo, pero no hay dueños de la palabra, ¿no? Lo que sí hay que ver es que no exista la insistencia. Por ejemplo, das una directiva o das una instrucción, pero no eres el dueño de esto que estás diciendo, esto está sucediendo. Y Dada dice en un momento, nosotros no creemos estar en lo correcto, ¿no? Porque tampoco, porque no hay ego ahí. Entonces, por ahí cuando nosotros decimos, bueno, te doy una instrucción, y vos vas y dices, hiciste lo correcto, hiciste bien, y toda otra persona viene y te abraza y te dice gracias por guiarme. Entonces ahí te está alimentando el orgullo, el ego.
Yeah, people. And this is the state of the human being who has become a god, and the only reason why he is hanging around in this earth of ours is because he wants to help his fellow human beings. You see, he wants to liberate his fellow human beings. And he is going line by line, sentence by sentence, with his own experience, you see, and sharing this with us. You're saying that, live in this world, enjoy everything, move about, but not a single thing in the world should be affected by you, nor you should be affected by whatever is happening, you see. So you live like the lotus flower in the pond, Any rain, it falls away. Any dirt below doesn't touch you, you see, just alipta means untouched, you see.
Yes. Dada dice que el estado, en su estado, ¿no? Divino, él quiere solo ayudar a los seres humanos para que puedan liberarse. y entonces nos transmite su conocimiento, su experiencia, oración por oración. Entonces dice, vive, disfruta, pero que nada te afecte de todo lo que sucede. Vive como una flor de loto en el lago, ¿no? Puede haber barro, puede estar pasando cualquier cosa, pero la flor se mantiene inamovible,
Yeah, so is it?
inafectada.
Yeah, so on the one side is this man with the, his motel is not running well, so Dada, out of just pure, spontaneously says, this is how you should run it, because Dada can see much more. So Dada gives in the instructions, and then Dada is done with it, Dada, there is not even a belief that I am right. Even Dada, the Gnani like Dada, he doesn't believe that I am right. He just, the sentence that would help him came out, you see. And I remember another instance, a friend of, in satsang, who had another motel in another city in Illinois, in the state of Illinois. And Dada visited him, and then he says, Dada, this motel is running, but I'm going to make it run even better. I would like you, Dada, to become my partner. In other words, Dada, you don't have to give any money. You just become my partner. And whatever profits I get in this motel, half of that is yours. I mean, this is Dada, half the profit is yours. Just say you will become my partner.
Dice que fue a un hotel en Illinois, donde Dada estaba de visita, y el dueño le dice a Dada que quiere manejarlo mejor y tener éxito. Entonces le propone este señor a Dada que sea su socio. Él no tiene que trabajar, no tiene que pagar nada, pero que él le va a dar igual parte de las ganancias. Sé mi socio, por favor.
Yeah, Dada says, is that so? And so Dada agreed. Dada doesn't want any money, but for every year by year until for the building of the first Trimandir, he gave his share of profits to Dada, and Dada put it in the Trimandir building, you see, Trimandir construction, you see.
Wow.
Yeah, so, and the Mahatma became famous because people know that he was a partner of Dada. Dada became his partner. Many of them said, boy, I wish I had told Dada to be my partner. Yeah,
Yes.
if it happens, it happens, so this is a glimpse of Dada's life with the motel owners. There are many, many more. There are many, many more incidents, beautiful incidents, but I mean, I'll tell you one more. The main person, his name is Vasant Pai, Vasant, in Oak Ridge, Tennessee. So he invited Dada he met Dada in India, so he invited Dada. Now, there was a very curious thing about Vasant Pai, okay? This Vasant Pai had a severe fear of flying. He could not get inside a plane, all right? He could not enter a plane, right? Because he would have panic reactions or whatever. Now he wanted to take Dada everywhere. So, and he was well-to-do by the time Dada came to his place. He could have flown Dada, and he would have flown with him, his wife, wherever they want to go. But what he would do is he would say, okay, Dada, we go from here to here to here to here. Here is a motel of my friend. Here is another motel. Another motel is in Oklahoma City. Another motel is here, like that. And Dada, you drive. I will drive you in my car, right? Now he had this very long limousine kind of cars like Cadillacs and Lincoln Continental and long Mercedes-Benz, etc., right? And so he would make Dada sit to his right. There you drive on the left side. They'll drive a little distance, they will stop. There is a lot, do picnics on the road, etc. And if say, and there were distances where Dada absolutely had to be sent by flight, right? So he will send Dada by flight, and he will continue driving overnight anything, and reach Dada when Dada is over there at the airport, you see, to receive him. This is his love for Dada, This is how much he wanted to be with Dada.
Yes. Dice, hay muchas historias muy, muy, muy interesantes sobre los moteles, ¿no? Y dice que había un Mahatma en Tennessee, Chandubhai, que conoció a Dada en India, y por supuesto lo invita a que vaya a Tennessee. Ahora, este hombre tenía pánico para volar, ¿no? Entonces le decía a Dada, bueno, yo te voy a llevar aquí, le mostraba todos los lugares donde lo iba a llevar, que había diferentes moteles, y yo te voy a llevar en mi auto. Y él tenía un auto muy largo, como eran los Lincoln, los Cadillac, Mercedes, tipo limusín, y lo llevaba todo el camino, y paraban y hacían picnics y todo eso. Pero después, con el paso del tiempo, ya Dada lo mandaba en avión, y él se subía al auto, iba con su auto corriendo para poder recibirlo a Dada cuando llegara con el avión. Y así estaba siempre para él. Bueno, y antes había contado que había contado que había que le pide a Dada que sea su socio, uno de Illinois, sin trabajo y sin dinero. Y después este señor, Dada no quería el dinero, le dijo que sí, que iba a ser su socio, pero no le interesaba el dinero. Entonces, cuando se construyó el primer Trimandir, este señor donó todas sus ganancias para la construcción, y Dada la usó para la construcción. Y esto lo volvió famoso, Mahatma. Y todos decían, queremos ser socios de Dada, ¿no? Y bueno, esta es una historia entre muchas que hay de esa época.
Yes.
Muy linda.
Yeah, right. So the stories will come. These are all real life stories. A lot of them are being written and being shared. Now let us continue here. Beautiful.
Bueno, hay un montón de estas historias reales para compartir, pero ahora vamos a seguir.
Okay, so I think what we will do, Patricia, is let's take a break. Your breakfast
10 minutes break.
10 minutes
Yes.
break, and then we come back. All right? Huh?
Ok,
Yes,
sí,
yes.
Sachitanan. Vamos a tomar un recreo de 10 minutos y volvemos, dice Shuddha.
Okay.
¿Les parece?
Jai Sachitanan. Jai Sachitanan.
Jai
Jai
Sachitanan.
Sachitanan. Thank you.
Sachitanan. Sachitanan. Jai Sachitanan.
Feliz cumple, Cris.
Gracias, Linda.
¡Feliz
Muchas gracias.
cumple! ¿Cuántos? ¿25?
32, soy un poco más viejo.
Ah, sos mayor que
lindo.
yo.
Feliz cumpleaños relativo. Feliz
Feliz
cumpleaños.
cumpleaños.
Muchas
Cristian.
gracias a todos. Muchas gracias.
Cumpleaños feliz, feliz,
Deseamos
que lo
cumpleaños,
cumpleaños
querido
feliz,
Cristian. Que lo cumpla feliz.
feliz.
Muchas gracias, mi querida familia.
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. This, dear Christian, the sun is shining on your face, and may you continue to shine more and more for your people, May you continue to carry this beautiful message for the world.
Thank you so much. Yes, Dada has granted me an impressive life.
Yeah, fantastic. Wonderful, Dada. Yeah.
Jai Sachidanand.
Jai Sachitanan.
Jai Sachitanan. Shuddha.
Jai Sachidanand Shuddha.
Okay, so we continue.
Continuamos.
Shuddha, una pregunta cortita.
Yes,
Gaby.
Gaby.
Antes que volvamos. ¿En qué Aptavani, en qué libro puedo encontrar información de man?
In which Aptavani she could find information about man?
In all of them, but it's kind of spread out. Dada starts talking about kashais, a lot of it in Aptavani 2. There's a chapter on man in Aptavani 1, pride, anger, pride, etc. Then there is a lot in Aptavani 6, and of course topic wise, then other Aptavanis like Aptavani 12, and all of this. So it's there, it's all distributed, pride wise. But also, my dear, there are many Dadavanis that are very special, specifically dealing with the topic of man and pride, and you can certainly pull some of them out from the list that is on the spiritual magazine list, and it talks about. If you have difficulty, let me know. I will pull out some. A while ago, many years ago, I made the same search for our dear Uva. My pride is the biggest thing. We human beings, especially we Mahatmas, we need to really need to kind of get a good handle on it, huh? Yeah.
Lo tenés en el Aptavani 2, después hay un capítulo entero que habla del orgullo en el Aptavani 1, después tenés en el Aptavani 6, en el Aptavani 12, y después hay un Dadavani que habla también del orgullo, de Manor Pride, y después hay revistas también. Él ya había hecho una búsqueda de esta que V le había pedido, así que si tenés algún problema para encontrar, le avisás y él te lo da.
There is a lot of understanding about pride, man, and the injury it causes in the Flawless Vision book. Many ways of looking at it in the Flawless Vision book. Yes,
Bueno, hay mucho sobre esto. Habla siempre habla mucho de esto, pero fundamentalmente también en el libro de la visión impecable vas a encontrar mucho sobre el orgullo.
¿Y man desde la codicia?
Man from greed.
Man from greed. Greed is a totally different kashai, you see. Man is a kashai that is visible. It's easily visible to others. Greed is a kashai. It's a sweet kashai. Man is a bitter kashai. In other words, it brings bitter results. Greed, on the other hand, is a sweet kashai, and it brings a sense of sweetness. The more your bank balance increases, no matter how you have acquired that money, you become kind of, you're happy. It kind of feeds your taste for deceiving and accumulating, you see. Whereas pride is something that requires display. You need to display it. You see, all the political leaders, they've got all kinds of badges. All kinds of badges on their uniforms. And the ultimate badge is this big crown on the head. I'm something, I'm someone, you see. So, man is visible mostly. it leads to anger. Yes, there is invisible pride too. That is a very deep chapter, invisible. Invisible pride is associated with deceit too. You see, deceitful behavior. For instance, the politicians pay about 25, 30, 100 people to do all the drumming, and carrying the little political placards, oh, great man, like that, and then other people gathered, wow, these people are really, so these are all hired people. Politicians hire people to sing their praise, you see, give them money. And a lot of these other people get swept into it, you see.
Con respecto, la codicia es algo que es visible y es un callay dulce, ¿no? Porque te hace sentir bien saber que tenés dinero acumulado. Pero el orgullo no es visible, ¿no? Y es amargo. Y son personas que se ponen todas las coronas, todos los premios en las medallas, se cuelgan y se creen que son alguien. Y está también relacionado con el enojo, ¿no? Y como hacen los presidentes o personas que quieren ser políticos y juntan personas para que los sigan y vayan con los carteles y toquen los tambores. Por supuesto que les pagan para que hagan todo esto, y los llevan los arrastran así, como propaganda.
Yeah, Man is a king Kashai is the king of Kashais because when Man is there, then everything else follows, you see. I am something, I know something, means automatically you are placing yourself higher than your fellow human beings, you see. And when people or the forces of life put you down, then you become angry, you become depressed, you blame others for your fall, you see. All of those things. So it's continuously going on. We Mahatmas have been absolutely separated and lifted up from this Kashai complex, anger, pride, deceit and greed. It's there in Shuddha or in Gavi, but it not with you. It is not part of you and I, Amapuras, Yeah. Gavi?
Yes. El man es el kashai, como el rey de los kashais, ¿no? El orgullo te pone encima de todas las personas y después cuando salís de ese lugar te enojas, culpás, estás muy molesto. Pero nosotros los Mahatmas estamos absolutamente separados de la ira, el orgullo, la codicia y el engaño. No somos parte de eso, estamos separados.
It is, yes, my dear, Jai Sachidananda. It's operating all around us, you see. Amongst a world of man and pride and kashais, our life is proceeding beautifully, gently, without being affected by kashais of others, and also the dying kashais of file 1. File 1 also has some kashais, but you and I can see them, and being able to see them means you're free from them. There's nothing to be done. Just see them. Just see them,
Yes. Los kashais operan alrededor del mundo y alrededor de todos nosotros, ¿no? Pero no, nosotros en nuestra vida no somos afectados por todo eso y lo único que hacemos es solo ver.
Yes, most invitations in life, whether you are invited to dinner or whether you invited someone, is all related to man, pride, pride. But there is no pride in being kind to the person who comes to your door and delivers something, and you appreciate him for his physical labor of bringing that little parcel from God knows where, to your doorstep, and our appreciation is much more than giving him a little bit of money. Our appreciation is real. Our appreciation is associated with our own presence as the Amapuras, you see. And so you see him as the Amapura, even as you give him, a few coins or little $1 or $2 or whatever, pesos or whatever is your currency, you see. Yeah, it's a pride-free behavior. You're not considering him inferior to you. You're just aware that this is the kind of work he has to do to bring food on his table, and you are appreciative of the fact that he's just a messenger boy, If the product that he brings is not to your liking, you don't become angry with him, He's just a delivery boy,
Por ejemplo, si te invitan a cenar, eso también tiene que ver con el orgullo. Pero no hay orgullo cuando alguien te trae algo, ¿no? Nuestra apreciación real, nuestra propia presencia de alma pura es mucho más que eso, porque lo estás viendo como alma pura. Y la mirada es que puedo, el comportamiento liberador es cómo puedo ayudarlo o asistirlo para que él lleve comida a su mesa también.
Beautiful. Dada says this vision will gradually start to increase. We just talk about the vision of the pure one, We are the pure ones in life now. All of you in Argentina, in South America and elsewhere, you see, you're the pure ones. It's hard to find such pure human beings anywhere in this world. This purity is your enlightenment. This purity is your being. This purity is your state. This purity is who you are. Impurities cannot remain with you anymore.
Es esta visión que te eleva, eres puro, ¿no? Esta pureza es tu ser, es quien verdaderamente eres.
When I say impurities means kashais, anger, pride, deceit, greed is the impurity. It's the garbage, you see. The physical garbage is natural from the body, there is a body produces garbage too, but that is not considered garbage. The anger, pride, deceit and greed related speech which hurts other human beings is garbage of the highest, of the worst quality, because not only it stains you as the relative, but it really hurts that other human being, and now you have created you have just prolonged the file, you see, reactions, you see.
Wow. Esta impureza de la ira, el orgullo, la codicia, ¿no? El engaño, todo eso es basura. Y también el habla, que es la peor cualidad, porque también lastima a las otras personas, ¿no? Y además es como que el file se prolonga, no lo podés resolver.
So this vision will gradually start to increase, this purity will start to increase, experiential purity, you see. If the ego were alive today, I am Christian, I am Damien, I am Manila, then it would start creating disturbance within. But that, you see, that ego is no longer alive. It's long dead. It got killed. It got totally broken in the Gnan Vidhi and the so-called living ego, a little bit of disturbances after Gnanvidi, you have now in all of this 35 sessions of the Gnata-Drashta, we all of us, we experience exactly what Dada is saying, you see, that there is not any disturbance, anything. And if the disturbance arises, we are the knower and the seer of it only. So now, whatever mistake or harm is going to happen, will happen, but you and I should remain the knower, seer. What would you do if you were dead? The body was dead. You were dead. You here means the body-mind complex, you see, is dead. What would you do? Dada says. What would you do? What if the mistakes were made then? In your absence, the mistakes are still happening. This is how you have to look at all of this. If your daughter drops all the glassware and it breaks, then you are the knower, seer. That is all. Do not even say a word. Live as though you are dead. Again, Dada comes back again with that sentence of being dead to the world. First he says it in this other paragraph, now he says it here, you see. He says it in the previous paragraph too, you see. Live as if you are dead.
Yes.
Oops, what happened?
Yes.
This one got turned around. Well, why did that happen? Let's see. Let me stop sharing and then share again. That's interesting. Come on, interesting. Now, don't make me turn my neck. Rotate. One more time, rotate. One more, okay. Now I'm coming here. Where are we? Is this the right page?
We're in 96, finishing 96. I think.
Only this page is like that. Do not say a word. Now only this page is turned around. So let's see if we can change this page. Alright, okay, 97. Good, it's changed. Alright? Can you see it?
Yes. Yes.
Alright, now you need to read this here, the blue and the Spanish.
Yes.
Can you see it? Yeah, esta visión.
Yes, I am putting a little bigger. Esta visión empezará a aumentar gradualmente. Si el ego estuviera vivo, hoy empezaría a crear perturbaciones en tu interior. Ahora, cualquier error o daño que vaya a suceder, sucederá. Y tú debes permanecer como el que conoce y el que ve. ¿Qué harías tú si tú, el cuerpo, estuviera muerto? ¿Qué pasaría si entonces se cometieran errores? Que así es como tú tienes que ver todo esto. Si a tu hija se le cae toda la cristalería y se rompe, tú eres el que conoce y el que ve. Eso es todo. Y no digas ni una palabra. Vive como si estuvieras muerto.
Questioner, Dada, in a very short time, you have given us the ultimate state of Kripaludev. Now, Kripaludev is a name given to the Gnani Purush Srimad Rajchandra, who opened up the exact karmic path, you see. His worldly name was Rajchandra, and his Kripaludev is a name that of the Gnani, his followers call him Kripalu Dev, you see. So Kripalu Dev, the Kripalu Dev means the compassionate one, you see, the compassionate one. So, he says, Dada, you give us this knowledge of, in a short time you gave us the total knowledge. Go on, read this here.
El interlocutor dice, Dada, en muy poco tiempo usted nos ha dado el estado máximo de Krupa Ludev, que también conocido como Srimad Rajachandra. Él era un Gnani Purush del camino krámico.
Yes, he was a Gnani Purush, and in those times only the Kramik path existed. You see, this is around the turn of the 19th century, 1867 to 1901. You see, Dada came in 1958 with this magnificent Akram path. You see, which we all know now. You see, Akram path.
Krupa Ludev era de la época del camino krámico de 1887 a 1900, alrededor de esa fecha, 1910. Y bueno, Dada vino luego y abrió el camino, el Akram, el camino del Akram.
Now, so yes, Dada, she says, yes, then there will be salvation. That is best. You see, when the salvation happens, that is the best thing that can happen to you as a human being. You see, salvation in Gujarati is called Kalyan, 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 Kalyan. We say Jagat Kalyan, right? Jagat Kalyan, salvation, Kalyan. The ultimate state as an overseer is actually when Chandubhai is coming and going, moving about, and you see that. Obviously, this is not necessary with separation. You are already separate, so you are free. You don't have to say with separation. There is only one way that you can see Anila or Cecilia or Patricia now, and that is because you have awakened. You are now present. It doesn't require separation. You see, you are already separate. You are already separate. When you see Cecilia, or when you see Anila, or when you see Damien, you are already separate. You don't have to say with separation. Okay? Don't bring in this with separation business here. Okay? All right? And to explain others is fine, but this is now you are in your seat. You are sitting in your seat and you are saying Anila, Gabi is moving about, Gabi is upset, or Gabi is hungry, etc. You're just saying Gabi, you see. You're just saying Gabi. Don't worry about what's happening inside Gabi with reference to hunger or pride. Just see Gabi. Gabi is here. She is now in this room. Now she is going to be in the other room. She's going the other room. Now she is sitting down. Now she is going out in the garden. Right? Just see her. Just see her. Dadashri. You see, it gives you this fantastic. Go on, read.
I want to translate what you just said.
Okay.
That is not right. No, it's not right. They're right. Solamente tenemos que ver qué está haciendo Gaby, qué está haciendo Anila, qué está haciendo Patricia. Solo tenemos que estar viendo. Y ya estamos separados. No es que nos tenemos que separar. Ya estamos separados. Y solo es ver a Chandu, ¿qué es lo que está haciendo? Va, viene, está sentada, duerme, solo ver.
Vedanta says, sit down and see. Sit and see. You gotta sit, take a seat in your throne. We talked about the throne of the emperor, the throne of the king. Sit there. And then everything is seen. You see, when the king takes seat, he looks around and everybody shuts up. Everybody is looking at the king only, you see. In the same way, everything shuts up, and there you are in your throne. You can see everything. And you can see so much is because none of these kashais are there, you see. There are no kashais there. No, so you're really... yeah.
Siéntate en tu trono, siéntate en silencio y solo ve. Y todo el mundo va a hacer silencio.
So let's read this. The ultimate state, you see, this is the ultimate state. As the Norse here is actually when Chandubhai is going and coming. And you see that. Oh wow! Welcome Chandubhai. You see? When Chandubhai is talking, even then you see him as separate. Somebody says, oh wow, welcome Gabi, here. Hey, Damien, you're here, welcome. You just see him. Now seeing him is the separation. You see, you're seeing him, so there is the separation. You see? It's not with separation. Separation is to see all of these things. You see? When Chandubhai, okay, then comes, now Chandubhai, could be a male or a female Mahatma, massaging Dada's feet with oil. You see that. In other words, so you happen to be there, and the other lady is doing the massage of Dada's feet, and you, Gabi, are on this side, and you naturally reach out, for some oil. You take it in your hand, make sure it is warm, and then you start massaging the feet of Dada. You see, you gently massage, and something amazing happens. You see that Gabi is massaging the feet of Dada, and when you see this way, then I am doing this is not there, you see. And all questions disappear from inside you, and the massaging is happening, you see. The massaging is happening,
Es algo hermoso cuando podés estar viendo, porque estás viendo a Chandu lo que está haciendo, ¿no? Pero hay alguien que le está haciendo masajes en los pies a Dada, no importa si es un hombre o es una mujer, tú solo ves eso y ves que le está haciendo el masaje, que traes un aceite y ves que Chandu está haciendo un hermoso masaje para Dada, y eso es lo sublime.
You totally missed out the Gabi part.
Y te olvidas totalmente la parte de Gabi.
Yeah, so say it again with the Gabi part. This is what I want you to say.
Lo más importante es que cuando el masaje está sucediendo, te olvidas de Gabi. Gabi no está ahí.
Gabi is doing it, and therefore I am doing
Gabi,
it. No. And therefore I am doing
Gabi
it.
lo está haciendo. Yo estoy viendo que Gabi lo está haciendo.
Therefore I am doing it is not there.
Y el yo estoy haciendo no existe. No está ahí.
And therefore the process of the massage becomes very natural. You see,
Y entonces el proceso del masaje se vuelve absolutamente natural.
All questions about, am I doing it right? Should I be doing it? Do I am hurting him? Is my hurting Dada? Dada's legs are so thin. Am I hurting him? All of those go away. You see, it's not there. It's just, it's happening. It's happening. You see, you can see Gabi doing it.
Entonces no existe ninguna pregunta sobre si lo estoy haciendo bien, si lo estoy lastimando, si lo estoy apretando mucho. No hay absolutamente ninguna pregunta. Solamente está sucediendo el masaje.
And then Gabi, after a while, looks up, raises her head, and she sees the face of Dada. Gabi is seeing the face of Dada. And there is nothing but pure love. You have become one with Dada. See, you have become one with Dada. See.
Entonces Gaby, que está haciendo el masaje en determinado momento, levanta su cabeza y mira los ojos de Dada. Y entonces te vuelves uno con Dada.
And then later on you say, after it's over, you tell Gabi, you gave a good massage. Gabi, you gave a good massage.
Y después cuando termina, tú dices, Gaby, le diste un buen masaje.
And that is the ultimate. You have completed the entire process of the activity that goes on through Gabi, through Gerardo, through Patricia, through Damien, etc. You see, this is the entire process. You get rid of Chandubhai. The Chandubhai, instead of Chandubhai, you've got to put your name in it. Otherwise, it's Chandubhai. No, what Chandubhai? You are there. You are at the feet of Dada here. You see?
Y cuando terminas y le dices, Gaby, has dado un buen masaje. Y este es el proceso entero, ¿no? El proceso entero como se ve. Y es lo más elevado. Es ver a Gaby, a Damien, a todos, ¿no?
You see, when you're reading these final paragraphs of the Dadavani, you have to put your name there. You see, you have just created, you have just lived with the vision of you massaging the feet of your most beloved one, Gnani Purush Dadashri. You see?
Dice, cuando terminamos de leer este maravilloso capítulo, tenemos que poner nuestro nombre ahí, porque tú eres el que le has dado el maravilloso masaje a Dada.
Yeah, you know he's alive, he's sitting within you, he is listening to everything that's going on inside you, he's seeing it, you see. And, so make him alive. Make him, bring him on. It's his feet. Dada says, massaging Dada's feet with oil. Wow, I'm doing it, Yeah.
Entonces trae a Dada, a Dada viva aquí y hazle el masaje en los pies a Dada.
I'm reminded of a very beautiful story. I may have told you this. There is Natu Kaka. This Natu Kaka is a good friend of Dada. They are same age, they were, but Natu Kaka was the first one who started writing all of this speech of Dada. You see, he started writing it. And he's also from Badran, the village where Dada grew up. You see, the town where Dada grew up. Turns out that Natu Kaka has a little orchard called Wadi, not a big farm, but a small, tiny little farm which grows all kinds of fruits and, vegetables, just enough for yourself and a little distribution. Okay? So that's the background. Go on. I'll tell you the rest of the story in a minute.
Dada tenía un amigo que se llama Natu Kaka, que era también de Badrán, de donde era Dada, y tenía como una huerta, una chacra pequeña, donde producían vegetales y frutos que comercializaba luego.
And so the Natu Kaka was in most of the time just like Dada, he also moved to Baroda, where Natu Kaka had his own home, you see. And, he would bring Dada for satsang to his home too, you see. Now.
Bueno, se mudan los dos a Barodra y Natu Kaka lo invita a Dada a su hogar.
And Natu means is the name of Natu, and then Kaka means because he's senior in age, we'll say Uncle Natu, Yeah, Uncle Natu, right? Okay, so Natu Kaka means Uncle Natu, all right?
Él se llamaba Natu y Kaka es el tío de Natu.
Yeah, he is a very important figure in the history of Akram Vignan because he has taken pages and pages of live notes of Dada, before the recording started, he would write down.
Y él es muy famoso porque ha escrito, antes de que se empiece a grabar o tomar nota, ha escrito todo lo que Dada decía.
Yeah. So Dada was in satsang in Vadodara. There were a few Mahatmas, and Natu Kaka's, farm boy. In other words, he manages the orchard. We call him the farm servant or the farm man. The worker at the farm came over with a bunch of gifts for Dada, vegetables, fruits, etc. He brought up all of that. And then the satsang was going on, and he just, the satsang was too high for him. He wouldn't understand what's going on. Right? So what he did is, he took Dada's shoes, and he started cleaning them and then polishing them, cleaning and then polishing them. All the time the satsang was going on. Dada saw this, you see, and when Dada paused after a while, says, "Hey, you come here," because now the young man had to go back to the farm. You see, he had to leave. He says, "You're leaving, but here's what I would like for you to do. When you're on your own, remember what you have done today. See the scene of what you have done today. You are polishing the feet of the shoes of Dada, and whatever you're doing, see that scene. Remember my face, see my face, and see yourself polishing the shoes of Dada. And go. Your salvation is done. You don't need to take. For him, no need for Gnan Vidhi. Your work is done. Your work is done." This is the energy of the words and the presence of Gnani Purush Dadashri, you see.
Wow. Bueno, entonces los dos se mudan a Barodra y Nato lo invita a su casa para que Dada dé satsang. Y había un chico que también trabajaba allí, y le llevaba frutas y verduras de regalo a Dada. Y mientras que Dada daba el satsang, que era como muy elevado para que él pudiera entenderlo, él agarraba los zapatos de Dada y los limpiaba y los lustraba todo el tiempo. Y Dada lo veía eso. Y cuando terminaba, le decía que lo veía y lo llamaba y le decía, cuando se iba, recuerda lo que hiciste hoy. Estuviste lustrando los zapatos de Dada. Y ve mi cara, recuerda mi cara, y vete a ti lustrando los zapatos. Tú has hecho tu trabajo está hecho.
Yes. Look, we just saw, you and I, all of us just saw, visualize Gabi with all her love, massaging the feet of Dada, you see. And Gabi was doing it. She inside, the Noor-seer Amapura inside, saw what Gabi was doing, and we all saw that. Our own energies gave, our own Amapura energies are so amazing that we can go there, be with Dada. We can be with Dada, you see. We can see that, you see. This is the visualization of the highest kind in this universe, because this is the visualization of the liberator of all liberators, you see.
Yeah. Yes. Hoy vimos a Gaby que con todo su amor masajeaba los pies de Dada y vio a Gaby masajeando los pies a Dada y también Dada la vio. Esta es la más elevada de todas las visualizaciones, es la liberación de todas las liberaciones.
Mhm. I'm going to just come back here. Let me see, where are we? Stop share. Let me see here. You see, the nature of the self is such that you become what you envision. These are the qualities of the self, you see. You want to see Damien at the feet of Dada. You can visualize that. You see, Dada, just not that Dada wanted to be massaged, you see, but he recognized the amazing value of his presence in this earth of ours. In the limited time that he had in the body, he recognized the phenomenal value of the presence of such a one, you see. No longer a human being, a super god walking about, helping human being with every moment, every second of his existence in this world, you see. If nothing could be done, he would just look at everyone with so much energy, and you and I have seen him do that as he looks around. He is instilling the energy of liberation through his eyes in these human beings. If not in this life, next life, this man will meet a Gnani Purush, or this human being will meet a Gnani Purush. You see, this is the energy. This is the energy that is now developing within each one of us. In Damien, Christian, Luz, Arman, all of us. This energy is there. We should not let the intellect and the ego that is discharging kind of move us away from this energy. You see, this is ours. We can visualize it. You see a human being in pain, you energize him with your vision. With your vision. Shuddha Atma vision, the pure one that you are. The pure one that you are. Energize. It takes a few seconds. You see? Yes, go on.
Oh, no, it's so beautiful. It makes me breathe deeply. Sorry. Esta es la naturaleza del ser de quienes somos, ¿no? Y poder ver, por ejemplo, a Damián que está a los pies de Dada. Y tiene un inmenso valor, un valor tal, y poder ver a las personas como desde el alma pura, ver las personas y verlas como alma pura, es una energía que se está desarrollando en todos, mientras que el ego está descargando, y poder ver a una persona como alma pura por unos pocos segundos va a hacer que esa persona alcance la liberación, que encuentre un Gnani que le dé la liberación. Si no es en esta vida, será en la otra.
Mm-hmm. Yes, this is what our current Gnani does when he does the Vedi for all of us, you see. This is what he's doing, he's energizing, filling the energies of his presence here, you see. And it is not limited by space, it is not limited by India versus Argentina versus Germany, etc. It's instant. It is instant. You see, he is alive on Zoom, when he is doing the Vidi, he's there. And so too, you are there, you see. Whether you are watching the Zoom or whether you are in your home, you see. You hear some bad news about, you just need to follow the instructions. Use the energy, use your energy to see the pure one, the avyabhad swaroop, the one beyond pain in that human being, you see. See that, and spread this kind of harmony and peace in the world. There is no other way. There is no other way. Dada has come up with this fantastic way which he has just shown us, you see.
Yes.
Yeah.
El Gnani con su presencia, no importa dónde esté, si está en India o esté donde esté o estamos en su presencia o por Zoom, su mirada es instantánea, es verlo y seguir las instrucciones. Él está todo el tiempo viendo el ser puro y lo ve más allá de cualquier dolor. Él ve el ser puro y esto es lo que también para nosotros son las instrucciones y con esta visión es esparcir esta visión y dar armonía en todo el mundo y no hay otra forma.
Yeah, and also, I'm in a low battery. And also his, okay, all right. So this. He has said over and over again, sitting in my 10 by 12 room in Mamanipur in Vadodara, I reach the entire world. He doesn't need the Zoom. There was no Zoom then, but he was sending these super vibration, ways of communicating directly with the Amapuras of human beings that had met him or had seen him or he saw in terms of suffering around, So he was doing vidis for the world, sitting in that little room of his, you see. This is the secret. This secret is no longer a secret because it is working within you, you see. You visualize. Whatever you visualize becomes the reality. You visualize peace, bliss, purity, that becomes your reality. You see murder, mayhem, bombardment, cheating others, all of those things, that becomes your reality, you see. Your time is so precious with this purity that you don't need to go anywhere else, you see.
Dada decía que, bueno, no había Zoom en la época de Dada. Y él desde su habitación en Varodra no necesitaba tampoco un Zoom porque él tenía estas vibraciones, esta energía tan maravillosa, y tenía como una super comunicación a través de las vibraciones con todas las personas que él vio, se cruzó, que lo vieron. Y él desde su pequeño lugar hacía los vidis. Y esa energía llega a todos, ¿no? Entonces es todo lo que visualizas, se materializa. Visualiza paz, pureza, dicha, y eso se va a materializar. It's beautiful, Shuddha. Thank you.
Shuddha Bhagwan, let these energies continue. This is what we learned from Dada today. Just simple paragraph is phenomenal. It has got so much depth in it, you see.
Bueno, y esto que vimos hoy, que lo practiquemos, ¿no? Que sigamos adelante con este maravilloso párrafo que Dada nos dio, ¿no? Las palabras de Dada.
Yes, dear Christian, yes.
About Satchidananda Shuddha.
Yes,
it's Christian birthday today, Shuddha.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, dear Christian.
Happy birthday to you. This is the birthday of the one who is enjoying all of these birthdays but never, has gone beyond the birthless one. The birthday of the birthless one. Shuddha Bhagwan. Shuddha
Bhagwan. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Perdón, Cristian.
No, todo bien. Muchas gracias. Me siento muy feliz. And it's about this visualization, because sometimes when you have a belief, or when you have an anxious, or you have a fear, it's a little bit complicated to visualize peace. But as we have Dada, we have Simandar Swami, I read about in trimandir.org or something, some way that Dada was visualizing always. So if it would be nice to visualize Lord Simandar Swami or something like that, because that would keep us in a state where peace and these kind of things are coming to us, at least consciousness.
Traducí.
Ah,
Yeah.
Translate.
le estaba preguntando si con esto de la visualización que estaba hablando, y que hacía Dadashri, y él dice que lo que te vas a convertir es en lo que estás visualizando, paz, miedo o lo que sea, y cuando uno está visualizando a veces, al menos cristiano, y está por alguna situación con ansiedad en la vida, con miedo o con alguna situación en el colegio o en otro tipo de cosas, le cuesta visualizar paz, precisamente está teniendo miedo, le cuesta en el relativo estar visualizando ese tipo de cosas. Entonces le pregunté si a lo mejor visualizar así Mandar Swami, estarlo visualizando y generar esa conexión, va a generar que uno pueda entrar a esos estados de paz, y puede ser que vaya creando una vida donde paz y todas estas cosas que está esperando sucedan sin tener que visualizarlas porque no puede. Más o menos era eso.
Yes.
Gracias.
Yes. A good point that you're raising. Yes, that is a way and that is a method too. This one is the easy one. This one is to take your throne, sit and see. Sit and see. Sit in your seat, which is Dada has placed you, Christian, away from the mind, speech and body of Christian, and the mind, speech and body and all the worldly relationships of Christian, all the worldly pains of Christian into your seat, S-E-A-T, and there is nothing that can compare to that seat. In fact, that is the seat where Dada himself found himself after the awakening in 1958. He remains seated there, whereas we kind of move away. So this is the ultimate seat, and that seat is the inner seat of Lord Simandar too. Lord, if you see when you meet Lord Simandar, there will be his body, and then there will be his pure, completely enlightened state, the inner, there is no one to say that I am enlightened anymore. It's simply the I has vanished. There is simply the total luminescence, you see. That will happen, that will come, but you can visualize that one too even while you are here. You can visualize whatever you want to visualize, you see. But visualizing Lord Dadashri and Lord Simandar is the ultimate visualization. You see, that is why he gives us only these two photographs, nothing else. He doesn't give you the photograph of anyone else. And for those who had kept a lot of other photographs in their home, Dada specifically said, keep them aside. Move the Dev-Devis and the Matajis and everybody aside. You see, on the stage, the Gnani keeps all of this because all kinds of people come with believers of Dada, believers of Mataji, believers of Krishna, you see. But, we are past that state, you see. We're now left with the physical Dada and the physical Simandar Swami. Physical Dada, we can enliven him right now, here. We just did it for Gavi, you see. It happened. That same way you can say, Dada, I have no answer for, Christian doesn't have the answers, and therefore just let me massage your feet. Let me massage your feet. Now you begin with that, and then You don't even have to worry about the oil or the warm hands. It begins inside. You see Christian going to the feet of Dada and massaging, you see, just massaging gently. Very little time, not much, not like a big massage, just gentle. And all of a sudden, something amazing happens. You're seeing Christian. Dada talked about Christian being separate, moving about. Now Christian in this activity the activity is shifted towards the Gnani Purush, you see. And that activity is absolutely encouraged for all of us. Sorry, go on.
Ujú. Dice, la forma más fácil es la que decís, ¿no? Esto de visualizar a Simandar y a Dada. Y es sentarte en el trono en que Dada te puso. Siéntate ahí y ve que Dada te puso ahí. Y puedes ver la mente, el cuerpo y el habla de Christian y de todo lo demás. Y no hay nada comparable a estar sentado en ese trono. Y Dada estuvo sentado allí desde 1958 y nos movió a todos. Para poder, con esa pureza y esa luminosidad y para volvernos tan luminosos. Y es visualizar a Dada, a Simandar. De hecho, el Gnani dice, ¿no?, que mantengas de las fotos de cualquier otro, que las mantengas apartadas, solo la imagen de Simandar y de Dada. Y mantén todo eso apartado y solo toma la foto de Dada y visualiza que estás masajeándole los pies, ¿no?, con todo el amor. Y aunque sea por unos segundos, hazlo y verás.
See the
Shuddha,
critic?
Shuddha, I have also a photo of Pujyashri and Niruma. Is that okay?
That's fine.
Because it's easier for me to remember Pujyashri.
Well, that's fine, because this is who you're living Gnani. It's perfectly alright. It is the same thing. The Gnani is not in his body. You see, he is not the owner of this body. You see, he's just going through. He exists only for the purposes of salvation of human beings. So it's perfectly alright. And if you see what he is doing, he's got Dada behind him continuously. What he shares is sharing Dada, only the words of Dada. So whatever appeals to you, that's a beautiful beginning. Whatever pulls you. You see, the Niruma and Dada represent the Gnanis. They are, for all practical purposes, very high, very much ahead of us in this science, you see. And so it's a team, we have Dada and blessing both of these people, these amazing Gnanis that have done magnificent work and are continuing to do the magnificent work. They're perfectly alright, you see. See their faces, you met them, you have driven them around, you have driven him around, you have taken care of him, you have received him with love, you follow his words, you're sharing his satsangs, you see. Well, wonderful, absolutely fine. It's not the activity that's important, it is the inner result that is important. The inner result is the blissful state, you see. It's the blissful state, it's a Kashai free state, you see. Christian Damien massaging the feet, example, or Gabi massaging the feet of Dada, is that in the activity of, there is something beautiful about massaging or touching the feet of the Gnani Purush. And this whole visible activity is the only activity that is not associated with intellect, you see. And I am doing the darshan, I am touching my forehead, it's my time to be with this person, it takes you away from the darshan. The darshan is what Dada just described here. See Gabi, see Christian massaging the feet, You see, she is massaging the feet. You are seeing that. So there is no intellect here. There is no intellect. And the intellect is the problem in all of this, you see. The intellect is the supporter of this kashais and disturbances and the fear and the anxieties and all of this stuff that keeps you away from it, you see. And there is no other way to get rid of the intellect except this beautiful approach to the feet of Dada or the feet of Lord Simandar, you see, in your home, even if you just touch it, this is fine. Or his photograph, you put it here, the highest place, and it has all got the same ultimate result, you see. Yeah, no.
Bueno, también, sorry, también le pregunta que a él hace la visualización con el Gnani y con Niruma. Y Shuddha le dice que está bien, que es perfecto, porque son los Gnanis que ellos están absolutamente liberados del cuerpo. Ellos vinieron acá a dar la liberación a todos los demás. Y de hecho hay una foto de Dada con las manos en la cabeza de Niruma y de Pujya, que están haciendo el trabajo que también hizo él, que es liberarnos a todos. Y que es perfecto, que si a él tiene esta conexión con el Gnani de papá y con Niruma, que lo siga haciendo, y que lo vea Damien, que está masajeándole los pies, y entonces en ese momento no hay absolutamente intelecto, porque el intelecto es el problema, ¿no? Hacer el darshan, y la foto del Gnani acá y verlo, y honrarlo es lo más elevado.
Damien, just add one sentence, the last sentence we read, which is, Damien now with very loving approach to Niruma and Pujyashri is lying down, and now he closes his eyes and says, I'm pure soul, I'm pure soul. See that, and tell Damien, you did good. This is, in other words, you can see Damien going absolutely surrendered mode to Pujyashri and Niruma. Perfect. This is, and then you just say, Damien, very good. Therefore, you are aware that Damien is doing it. You see, the separation is natural when you say Damien is doing it. You see, then I am doing it does not come in. You see, does not come in.
I'll show you. I have a big photo of Pujyashri because someone gifted me. I don't know how it came to me, that photo, and then have two photos of Dada and Niruma. But it's easier for me to remember Pujyashri.
Frankly, it's easier for me to connect with myself when I see Pujyashri. And no remembering, I say this is Nididhyasan. It is happening, and you need to share with him. When you are with him, you tell him this, that you did discuss this with Shuddha. But you see, the reference was this particular visualization of the feet of Dada, massaging the feet of Dada. And just tell him that this is how, this is this is where your chit ends. Your chit ends there. Wow, fantastic. Your chit ends there. Where? When your chit ends there, it doesn't go anywhere else. The work is accomplished. So then you tell Damien, great, amazing accomplishment. You see? Yes? Perfectly all right. The Pujyashri deliberately, he will accept that coming from you, Damien, but he does not encourage that, you see, for the world, for the people. He'll say, no, stick to the face of Dada and Simandar Swami, because That's exactly what I do. So he says, you become what you envision. You become what you envision. So that's perfectly all right. Use in your inner self, you don't see any difference between Dada and Pujya. Perfect. Differences are caused by intellect, not by anything else. So forget about it. You're getting fantastic results. That's what counts. Huh?
Bueno, dice que se visualice, ¿no? A los pies entregado a Dada, al Gnani Purush Dadashri, o a Niruma, que lo vea Damián, que está ahí, inclinado, y que está bien, y que hable con el Nani, y que le cuente, que comparta con él y que hable. Y todo esto, ¿qué hace? Que vos estar conectado con Dada, con Simandar, con Niruma, con el Nani de Pagpai, es la purificación del chit.
Oh, this is
Es la purificación.
Yeah. One more thing that I must, one observation comes in this discussion is that when a human being is alive and in front of you, it is very difficult to recognize who he really is. You see, and you have recognized him. You know he is a living liberator. This very, very few can, get that recognition. You see, that recognition is like the heart connection that you're describing. Hey, it's the end of the story. It's the end of the story, because you're not going after somebody who is incomplete. He is Sajivan Murti. He only exists for the salvation of others. Look at his agenda. Oh gosh, unbelievable agenda. Look from morning till evening what he's involved in. Phenomenal. I mean, there is nothing to be said. It's very few. People. In the huge list of people who ask him questions along this line, very few people he agrees and says, okay, that's good for you. He will say that is good. That's good for you. Most others he'll say, hey, you got this Dada. Forget. This is all the miracle of the one with the black cap. Miracle of the black cap person. You see, so, hey, now when you proceed in the science, this is how it is. And this deep attraction that you have for Pujya Damien is from the past life. It is from the past life. You were with him, Both of you were progressing, you see. And it is now coming in the open. Beautiful, wonderful. Shuddhatma Bhagavan. Yeah.
Para un ser humano es difícil cuando tienes un ser humano enfrente de identificar quién es, pero tú sí, Damián, puedes reconocer quién es, porque ya llegaste, fin de la historia. Vos no vas tras a una persona que está incompleta, porque puedes ver cuál es su agenda, y no hay nada que decir. Entonces, si vos le dijeras esto al Nani, que tú estás conectado y entregado al actual Nani, y te va a decir, ok, esto está correcto para ti. Y la gran atracción que sientes por él es porque seguramente estuviste con él en otra vida y ambos están progresando.
You don't have to be near him. He's always there with you, see. In other words, yes, maybe far away physically, but it really doesn't matter. You see, some people are very close, like being in some other city or being in the Vatsalya ground, and yet their evidences are different. So This is a mystery of all mysteries in life. This is deep mystery, you see. People in the West will not understand this. But, but this is the essence of liberation. The essence of liberation is this lakshya, this thing that keeps you constantly aware. Oh, he's with me, he's with me. You see, awareness of the lakshya of the enlightened one, it can become a very deep, so deep a love and attachment that you it can affect you. But the Dada says, no. He says, I know you are going to become crazy after me, but so let me do this. Let me just sit inside you. Let me take a seat inside you.
Hay gente que está todo el día alrededor de Dada y no tienen esta relación y este acercamiento que vos tenés con él. Puede ser que haya un montón de gente que no lo entienda, pero él está con vos. No importa qué es lo que pase, él está con vos todo el tiempo. Y esto viene de otras vidas, ¿no? Por ahí hay gente que está con él todo el día y no le está pasando lo que te pasa a vos, y este es el misterio más grande de todos los misterios.
So anytime you miss him, you just look down and say, oh, Dada, you're there here. I just hear Dada. Right here. Shuddhatma Bhagavans.
Shuddhatma Bhagavan. Ayas Namaskar, and thank you, Shuddha.
Ayas Namaskar.
Thank you.
Paramatma.
Thank you very much.
Paramatma presence. Satchidanand. Christian, happy birthday again.
Satchidanand.
Jai Satchidanand. Moni, Norma. Yeah.
Jai Satchidanand.
Jai Satchidanand. Karen. And also Carlos and Sandra. Jai Satchidanand. Have a wonderful morning. Jai Satchidanand. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.